Now live from his in-home studio from Merrickville, Ontario, Canada, which is literally in the middle of butt-fucking nowhere, your host from Duane's world, Duane, the boozing blogger!
Hey, thanks for that rousing introduction and stuff. It's me, Duane, the boozing blogger from Duane's world. That's right. It must be Wednesday because it is the podcast version, which means what? What does it mean? It actually means that it's going to be longer, and we'll talk about a little bit more than just one thing, I guess. Let's get right at it because there's a lot going on in the world. Let's hit world news first. So it seems that Russia is actually being serious with their invasion of the Ukraine. Russian diplomats have been pulled out of the Ukraine, and Ukrainian diplomats have been pulled out of Moscow. So that's heating up, which is never good. We really don't need a World War III, especially since the fact we've just spent the last 3 years going through complete hell, and now there's going to be war. Like, it's gotten really serious there. Like, they even took down the Russian flag out of the Ukraine because they were worried that shit can happen. And I don't blame them. Like, there's 150,000 troops on three sides of the border of the Ukraine. So is that not a little scary? I'm sure it is. And I'm pretty sure the Ukrainians aren't that happy with the Russians being that close. It could be a little uncomfortable, I would believe. But Russia doesn't seem to be giving up. They presume, the Russians have hit them with denial of service attacks on Ukrainian banks and everything else, which basically means they're trying to just shut shit down. And that's the way war works. The first thing you want to do in war is knock down communications and stuff so that it's easier to do your thing. Now, Ukraine got it all up and running and stuff. What makes me think it's getting worse is that the Americans have applied sanctions, as did Trudeau here in Canada, and a bunch of the other NATO alliance countries. They also have put tough sanctions on the U.S. on Russia, which could throw their economy into turmoil and really fuck them up. So, hey, maybe that'll make them change their mind. Not lucky. They're probably, or not likely. They're really headstrong country. So you never know what's going to happen. But I mean, they could just say, no, we don't want to do this anymore. And let's have our country back. But like I said, I doubt it. Apparently, Putin laid out 3 conditions that he said were the only ways out of a crisis. He called on Kiev to recognize Russia's sovereignty over Crimea, the Black Sea Peninsula, that Moscow annexed from the Ukraine in 2014, and to renounce its bid to join NATO and partially demilitarize. And Ukraine says, no, I don't think so. NATO really wants to become Ukraine really wants to become a member of NATO, so they're not going to do that. And to demilitarize is not probably a very bright idea in that, that global jurisdiction where everything goes crazy at the drop of a hat. Probably not a good thing. Russia is going to keep beating a dead horse. But let's also hope that nothing happens, because we really don't need a World War III. At least I don't, because it could affect like beer imports or some damn thing. I don't know. Well, I drink Canadian beer, but yeah, what else we got going? Let's get to Ontario news. That's right, folks. Let's go do some Ontario news. License plate stickers. I think I mentioned this last podcast. I'm not 100% sure if I did or not. But Dougie is going to get rid of the license stickers, which is good, because it's 120 friggin' bucks a year per car, and I hate paying it. You know what? 120 bucks ain't going to give me much. It might give me it might give me 3/4 of a tank for my truck, maybe. I don't know, but But I do know, like Dougie said this too. He said the money's better in our pockets than in the government's. All right, Dougie. This is going to be ending by March 13th, and they will refund the cost of stickers purchased over the last 2 years. So, I should get a couple $100. There's a couple of cases of beer and maybe gas. I don't know. Who knows? Stay tuned to find out. But yeah, Dougie really, really wants to be reelected, I think, because you remember, this is an election year. And so he's doing this. So is this just Dougie's way of saying vote for me, or is he really serious that finally people in Ontario deserve a break for a change? I don't know where they're going to come up with the extra $1 billion that's going to lose in this. And I hope our roads don't get any shittier. I also would like them to do something about the price of goddamn gas. $1.55 a liter right now. And I know they have it worse in Vancouver and stuff, but $1.55 a liter is a little freaking high, especially when you own a truck. So yeah, let's see if we can get that down. But Dougie, this is the second time Dougie's went messing with the licenses. Remember when he brought out the brand new license plates? Yeah, they didn't last long and they canceled the whole thing. But yeah, he's really got a hard on for the license system in Ontario. Good for him, though. Like I said, I'll be glad to see it go. And you know what? I actually still like Dougie, and I will vote for him again. And this is why. Because I think Dougie got screwed. I do. Worst time to be an MP in the history of Canada, I think. Okay, in recent history anyways. Think about it. He spent most of his time dealing with this goddamn COVID shit, and he hasn't really got a chance to do much. Maybe we give him another shot. Maybe he really surprises us. Never know. Could really, really happen. You know that, right? I'm not sure if I mentioned this either, but as of March 1st, vaccine passports will be a thing of the past. That's awesome. Too many people have been not being able to hang out with their friends because they don't have, some people don't have the vaccine and stuff. And this way we're all treated equally. There's no more separate thing, which is really, really good. Just leave it alone. Let's go about our business, our lives. That's what they're saying too, is that let's treat COVID like it's going to be here forever and just live with it. And we really should just live with it, because it's become a version of the cold. And for the percentage of people that died, yes, it's terrible that there is even a percentage for the people that died. For the most part, people didn't die. They just got sick. And I'm starting to see where these anti-vaxxers and everything were coming from. I don't agree with them. And no, I'm not an anti-vaxxer or an anti-masker, because I still wear my mask. But I do believe that they should be free to get their vaccine or not get their vaccine. I've come in close contact with people who've had COVID, and I like to think that the vaccine I had helped. I don't know. Maybe did, maybe didn't. I don't know. But something helped me, and like we all know, I'm not very healthy when it comes to my heart condition and stuff. So I think the vaccine works, but that's me. That's just my opinion. I've been getting in a lot of trouble for my opinion lately, because people just don't understand what an opinion is anymore, I guess. You can disagree with my opinion. We don't have to fight about it. You can disagree with my opinion, just like I can disagree with your opinion. I don't know how many people on Facebook I've had defriend me the last couple of weeks because of my views on everything, and my views on the trucks and everything else. Just remember, I'll respect your opinion. You respect mine. I do not believe that the truckers were some of the things people are saying they are. Speaking about truckers, the Emergency Act. Yeah, the Emergency Act. So everybody had a little bit of a a shit when Trudeau decided he was going to invoke the Emergency Act. It got invoked by Parliament and everybody freaked out. Why are you freaking out? What's your reason to freak out? You do realize, right? Unless you're a member of the truck convoy or some of those high up protesters, this has nothing to do with you. That's right. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. It's a very insignificant thing that's going on, is that the government just used this to control the protesters, and the government used this to control the truckers and be able to get rid of them. That's all it's about, folks. It's got nothing to do with regular Joe here or Jane or whatever you are. There's nothing, it has nothing to do with you. You don't need to worry at all. Nobody's freezing your bank accounts. Nobody's making, taking away your freedoms and stuff. It's not happening. So just sit back, relax, and let the government do what they're doing. Apparently, as of now, the federal finance officials have told the House committee that the bank accounts that they had previously frozen are now becoming unfrozen. So, like I said, it's just to get rid of the truckers. Get rid of the truckers. It's the easiest way to do it, right? You put financial restrictions on people and they kind of have to do what you tell them or they lose. I mean, there are some things Jim Watson said that I absolutely, truly do not believe in. And he said to impound the trucks and then sell them at an auction. And it's like, no, that's not cool, dude. That's not cool at all. That's taking your authority just a little high. And Jim Watson, like, you're a meathead, okay? I remember at the start of this, you were telling everybody that Ottawa's got to take it calm. Let's not promote violence. So the police officers stand back, watch, and stuff. And then after a while, you started giving Chief Slawley a problem with exactly doing what you said to do, and he resigns because of you idiot. So yeah, I think you're part of the reason why Slawley left, and that's not cool either. Make up your goddamn mind. Get in the protesters' faces. Don't get in the protesters' faces. It's that simple. But you can't change your mind and then slander a good man because he's doing exactly what you wanted. I fucking hate politics. I really do, and that's playing dirty politics, if you ask me, Mr. Watson. Speaking about police, I don't know. Everybody knows that the Give, Send, Go site that people have been donating money to for the truckers, it got hacked. And then the hacker released all the donors' names. And apparently a few of the donors were Toronto police officers, and they're having internal audits against them because they're not allowed to do that because of their professional nature of their jobs. They figure you can't pick a side in a protest because you have to stay neutral. And if you're supporting them, then you're not staying neutral. I say, screw you. I really do. The people are free to spend their money wherever the hell they want. Is it better to give the truckers money so that they can get gas, food, and lodgings, or is it better to smoke crack cocaine? That's it. It's your money. Do with it as you please. You aren't supporting a terrorist organization. People have came out and said that that these people have, they came to Ottawa with the intent of overthrowing our government and stuff. Do you really think they were capable of overthrowing the government? Do you really, really think there was enough brains in that organization to overthrow the government? If you do, man, whew, I got some land to sell you. There was nobody smart enough to overthrow the government. And for all you people that are saying that they were terrorists, you're crazy. You're just really crazy. Oh my God. I laugh every time I hear somebody say that they were there to overthrow the government. They couldn't overthrow a goddamn lemonade stand, for Christ's sake. Little on the government. Makes no sense to me. In fact, they don't know the rules of law here in Canada either. Like, they don't understand how diplomacy works at all. And they think that they can all go and submit a vote of non-confidence to our governor general about our government. And dude, if you're going to friggin' overthrow the government, maybe you should learn the legalities of the laws and stuff. You know that, right? The governor general really isn't anyone we really need anymore. She's a figurehead, just like the queen is. We actually don't need her, and we could probably save 110 grand or whatever she gets paid a year by not having her there. And or not to mention the governor general's residence. We could get rid of that too. So, like, I mean, come on. Like, here is a quote from the Office of the Secretary to the Governor General, Mary Simons. The Office of the Secretary to the General Governor is aware that misinformation encouraging citizens to contact the Governor General and our office to register votes of no confidence is circulating on social media. This information is not correct. Regular Canadians cannot register a vote of no confidence. MPs are elected to represent their constituents in Parliament on all voting matters. So yeah, nobody gets a chance to do a no confidence except for the government. If the government is defeated in the House of Commons on a confidence question, it is expected to resign or seek dissolution of Parliament, which then triggers an election. So get your shit together, folks. Learn about this stuff. Like, just learn a little bit about this stuff. We've had no confidence or not votes of non-confidence in the past. And like, just go back and look at that, how that happens, right? It's got nothing to do with us civilians, because that's what our elected MPs are for. Fucking idiots. So anyways, the truckers are regrouping in on private properties in communities outside of Ottawa, like in Arnprior and other places. Apparently in Arnprior, on somebody's property, they have like 9 shitters and dining tents and stuff. Like, they're in for the long haul, maybe. I don't know. But I still think they should just probably go home. We're ending our mandates, right? The mask mandates are coming up for an end. The passports are gone in another week. Like, take your win, go home, celebrate with your children and your families and stuff. But there's approximately 30 to 35 vehicles at a gathering on Tuesday with at least a dozen portable toilets. Oh, shit. Pardon the pun. But says it's private property. Nothing can really be done. They did park at the Antrim truck stop, but the owner of the truck stop went and got rid of most of them because apparently they were breaking the rules of parking there or something. So yeah, they're out and about. They're among us, folks. They walk among us or drive among us. They can continue. I'm sure they're going to mobilize and go back into Ottawa or just cause a little bit of havoc, slow traffic down and stuff. Like I said, I don't know why they don't just go home. They should just go home. It'd be better for everybody. But hey, if they want to stay there, they're not hurting anybody. Like I said from the start, I'm not pro-trucker. I'm not anti-trucker. I like their ideas of getting rid of the mandates. I hate their ideas of how they went about doing that. Now, it's funny now. Well, it's not funny, but I've been watching a lot of video from downtown at the convoy, and I keep hearing the word Nazis, communists, and stuff. So I've been watching specifically about watching like the people down in the protest. And what I'm having a hard time dealing with is that there are a lot of different visible minorities that are protesting. Lots. So if it's really all about race, why are they there? You not think they wouldn't feel very welcome about it? I think everybody who's calling this a race thing is wrong. I think you're really wrong, because I saw an interview with a black guy who said that he confronted a guy with a Nazi flag, and the guy said it had nothing to do with race, that he was trying to show a parallel between Canada and fascism. That's what he was trying to show. And that's apparently, he's not the only guy. There were a whole bunch of people that I've seen interviews with who had Nazi flags. Okay, not a great choice. Really, really not a great choice. I hate that goddamn thing. Same with the guy with the rebel flag. Yeah, they were there just to show similarities between how Canada's getting and stuff. Now, they're very not bright. Not very bright at all. Anybody who says that Canada is becoming a fascist like Germany, they should remember some of the shit when you're calling people Nazis, right? Let's see. So, okay, here's a good example. The Nazi youth, the Hitler Youth movement, they had an opposite group of people called the Edelweiss Pirates back in 1938, 39, 40, whatever. And what they did was they would go around and they would desecrate Hitler signs and pictures and stuff, and just be little pains in the asses. But it really, really pissed off Hitler and his regime of goons. So what happened is that they would catch them. They would shave their heads to embarrass them in public so that they knew who they were. They would do other things. But like 13 of them got hung, and in the village square. So like, are we getting hung? Are we getting arrested even for having a fuck Trudeau flag? You're not. You really, really aren't. Are you free to go to Ottawa? Yes, you are. You're free to go to Ottawa. Now, if you get arrested when you're in Ottawa, it's also your fault, right? That's the thing nobody's getting, is that the police have given so many warnings that you're not allowed, like, that they're going to start arresting people. And when they started, I called it right off the bat. I said that people were going to get violent and fight back against the police. And that's exactly what's happening. I'm sorry. I will not feel pity for you if you've went to the protest and got arrested, or you got bumped by a horse, or you got knocked to the ground by a cop with a baton, or pepper sprayed, or where. I don't feel sorry for you at all. The cops are doing their jobs, and you're not using very much common sense. Are you? If a horse comes at you, you're going to stand your ground? That's not very bright. And if a cop with a billy club is in your face, you're going to fight back with nothing? Again, these are the people that we're going to overthrow our government, huh? Not very bright. Not very bright at all. And you know what? It is your fault, because you're making a conscious effort. You've made a conscious decision to be there. You've been warned that the cops will come. They will arrest you. They will detain you. But you're still going there. So you've made the conscious thought to go there and get in trouble. So if you get in trouble, don't go pissing and moaning about the police. It's your own goddamn fault, right? It is. It's your fault. You had a choice not to go there. You chose to go there. Therefore, you have to stick with the consequences. That's what life's all about. Really is. You made the choice. You deal with the consequences, folks. What else we got? Oh, yes. Tamara Litch, she got denied bail. Why? Why do we say? Because she decided the government feels, or the courts feel that she will not oblige by a bail, like being out on bail. They figure she'll go and reoffend and get, go back out to the protests and shit and just become, continue to be a shit disturber. And they're probably right. So they're leaving her in jail until her hearing. Who knows when that's going to be. Thank God they have a process here where they got to get you a trial in due time. But yeah, so she's stuck in jail. Pat King, he's in jail right now. They're voting on they're making a ruling on giving him bail or not on Friday. Pat King, he's an interesting soul. He's an arsehole and a racist. But there's a woman who he's met 4 weeks ago from Alberta who's willing to put her house as collateral for his bail. She's going to be his surrogate, whoever. And I don't get it. How stupid could somebody be? You've known the dude for four weeks. You've seen that he is a total arsehole, an absolute idiot, big racist, and you're going to risk your house for this moron? Again, these are the ones that were going to try and take over our country. How stupid are they? Pretty damn stupid, I think. Fuck. Morons. But yeah, so she's willing to use her house as collateral for his bail. I sure as hell wouldn't do it. He's a slimy greaseball bastard, and yeah, that's a racist. That's real hate right there. That dude. I've heard his rants, seen his rants. He can just take his peg leg and stay in fucking jail, can't he? Anyway, this is Duane the Boozing Blogger from Duane's World. Hope y'all have a great week. I'll be back next Wednesday with another podcast. Take care of yourselves. Remember to go back and watch my blogs are Monday and Fridays. They're just a few minutes long. They're not this long. And I stick to like one subject. So check those out. Subscribe to my channel. I really need the more subscribers. And remember, you can watch this, or you can listen to this stuff on Spotify and Apple. That's pretty cool. So take care of yourselves. Get vaccinated, or you know what? Don't get vaccinated. It's up to you. Your choice. Your choice at all. The only thing I ask you in life is don't be a fucking asshole.
Duane's World. Duane's World. Duane's World.